October truly is the best time of the year. I love the smells and the foods and the trees changing, the weather. It's all just so perfect. This morning, I am actually going to be doing a little bedroom, or really just bed refresh, to get it more in season. So I'm switching out my pillows on my bed and putting on a new quilt and just adding a few little touches just to make this room a little less summery and more in season for fall. My morning skincare routine is pretty simple. I like to wash my face and use a moisturizer and serum on my face. Almost all of the skincare that I use is homemade, and I have recipes for all of those things over on my blog, ourearlyhouse.com. So if you are interested in any of those, I can link them down in the description box for you. Anytime I use this little device in my YouTube videos, I always get a lot of comments and questions about it. And so this is the Blooming Face Pro 2.0. And this little device uses microcurrent to help lift and tone and smooth the skin. It helps reduce puffiness. I love it because it is so convenient and easy to use. You only have to use it for a few minutes, a few times a week to see really great results. If you guys have been around my channel, you've heard me talk about Blooming before, and I'm really excited because they just released a few new products, and one of those is this Blooming Face Pro 2.0. And on this one, there's 3 different settings, and on the anti-aging setting, it actually gets warm on the skin, which improves blood flow and oxygen and produces collagen to help reduce wrinkles. I really see such great results with this. Lift is more obvious, and if you've noticed throughout this whole time, I've only been doing half of my face, and I did that so that you guys can see just how quickly this little device works. So on this half of my face, it's more lifted and smooth, and that is just what I love, is how quickly this thing works. So if you guys are wanting to try out Blooming, I got a great deal for you. Normally this is $300, but right now with the link down in my description box below, you guys can get it for $150. And I even reached out to get a better deal for you. So there's a discount code also that you can use for an additional discount. So that is OILY, O-I-L-Y. So whenever you use my link and use OILY, you'll get a discount. And that discount is only for the first 100 people that click on my link in the description box below. So the last time I shared Blooming, it sold out really quickly, so be sure to act fast. And also, the best thing about Blooming is that they offer a 100% guarantee refund. So if you don't love the product and see the results that you're looking for, they will refund you. So be sure to check out that link and use my discount and get your Blooming Face Pro. As I was saying earlier, I absolutely love October. Something about the cool mornings and then the warmer afternoons. You just really do get the best of both worlds. One of my favorite things about this season is cooking. I love squashes. Today I'm making stuffed acorn squash, and this is one of my favorite fall meals. It's so cozy and comforting and filling and absolutely delicious. I am filling it with a sausage apple mixture. I also love anything pumpkin, and during the fall, my kids and I visit as many pumpkin patches as we can because it's such a short-lived season. I would hate to look back on the season and think that we didn't get all of our time in at the pumpkin patches. So we go as often as we can, and every time I go, I pick up a couple of pumpkins to either make a dessert with, or a soup or a stew, or even a pumpkin spice latte. I love adding pumpkin into almost anything, and that is definitely one of my favorite things about this season. October can also be a very stressful month because it can be so busy with all the different events and fall parties going on. In fact, my sisters and I and my mom have been doing a annual girls trip since my daughter was 3, so lots of years now. And for some reason we were talking about planning it in October this year, and my sister was like, why would we do it in October? That month is already so busy and fun, and anytime that you are gone during that month, you are going to miss out on something back home. So we decided to wait and plan it later on in the winter when you're just kind of looking for something to do, because fall time never seems to be like that. In fact, all of our weekends are booked between a fall party that we are hosting and also fall parties that other people are hosting. Speaking of hosting, these little sugar scrubs that I'm making up right now make the perfect hostess gift. I love to have things like this ready during this season because, like I said, there's a lot of different events you're going to, maybe for the person that's hosting your Thanksgiving, and really just to have for us. My daughter and I love to do home pedicures, and so I am making up 3 different fall sugar scrubs. They are all made with brown sugar and olive oil, but they are all scented with different fall scents. I'm doing an apple spice, a gingerbread, and a pumpkin spice. I love using brown sugar because it gently but effectively exfoliates your skin. It's not quite as abrasive as a regular sugar, but it still helps to remove dead skin cells, and it's safe for anywhere on your body. So after I put these together, I made some labels for these. I am always the worst about making something and thinking that I'll remember what's in them, and I never do. So I like to make labels for stuff right after I make them so I don't forget what's in each one. I know the first frost is right around the corner, and so my daughter and I have been cutting and clipping all the flowers and things that we want to dry to bring in for beauty over the winter. So we are busy this afternoon out just clipping and cutting all the pretty things because I know it won't be long and it will all be dead once we get that first frost. My daughter is also hosting a fall wreath making party. She loves having parties, she loves hosting, and she's inviting all of her cousins and friends over to make fall wreaths. And so she wants a lot of dried flowers that they can put onto the wreaths, and so a lot of those will be used for that, or I'll use them in bouquets around the house, or even just leave them hanging in the kitchen. They add so much beauty even whenever they are dried. This is one of my favorite ways to decorate, is just by bringing in simple beauty from outside. It really makes it so much cheaper, and honestly, I think it's more beautiful this way than even having to buy things from the store. This week we went to the apple orchard and the pumpkin patch, and I brought home a few pumpkins to get some pumpkin puree made. I'm gonna be making a pumpkin pie with it, but then with the rest, I like to just keep some in the refrigerator. We find different uses for it throughout the week. I like to add it into waffles or pancakes in the morning. I will add a little bit into rooibos tea or even into soup. It's not hard to make pumpkin puree, but it's a little bit time consuming. So anytime that I am doing it, I like to make several pumpkins at once, so then I just have the pumpkin ready in the refrigerator so then it's ready whenever I need it. The same with the pumpkin puree. Anytime I make a pie crust, I like to double the recipe so that I have an extra pie crust that I can put in the refrigerator or freezer. And then it makes it really easy whenever you want to make either a pie or maybe a quiche or a topping to something. I already have it ready. Keeping the essentials in the refrigerator or being able to make extra when time allows can be such a great way to make meal planning a little bit easier. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming about thinking about getting a meal on the table, but if you have a kitchen stocked with all the essentials and, you know, things already partially prepared and prepped, it can make that job so much easier. After I finished my pumpkin pies, I am starting to dry some oranges. Like I said, I love doing simple and natural touches for decorations. I'm not a very big decorator, but just adding a few little things into my home to bring in the new season is just one of those things that I love. And dried oranges are perfect for fall and even for Christmas time. Maybe during Christmas I'll add some eucalyptus to this little orange banner that I am making, but for now I'm just doing a simple strand of oranges to hang above my kitchen sink, and I really love the way that this turned out. It's very simple. If you've never dried oranges before, you just slice them, and I put them in the oven as low as my oven would go and just left them in there for several hours until they were completely dry. And I just poked a hole in the middle to string them, and now I'm just hanging them above my kitchen sink. I love the way this turned out, and I want to make more to put in other areas of my house now. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys were inspired. And also don't forget to check out the Blooming Face Pro 2.0. I have a link down in my description box below where the first 100 people will get $150 off. Plus you can use my code OILY for an additional discount. Thank you and see you all next week.